Good morning. We're here at Fort Macon State Park, so we're going to talk about the tools that we need to collect good basic data before we go out for our field study. Anyone that does science outdoors utilizes a field notebook and records good data, recording the basics about what's going on around you when you get to your study site. We have a special tool here called an anemometer. Just measure the wind speed. You face it towards the wind, the direction the wind's coming from. So let's talk about the wind direction. The way you want to tell direction by using a compass. You can also use a compass for telling the direction of a slope or other things. So compass is a very important tool. And what you want to do is you hold the rear of the compass against your body, and every compass has a red part on the needle. We're going to call that red portion of the needle Rudolph. And you have a little housing here that turns, and it should have a red arrow on it. That's Rudolph's house. And in order to read your compass properly, you need to put Rudolph in his house. You can turn your body, and if Rudolph's in his house, you should be facing north. And that will tell you which direction north is. Binoculars, one of the best tools in the field. I carry with me everywhere I go. They bring the natural world to you in a whole different perspective. You can see things you would not normally be able to see with your pair of binoculars. To use a pair of binoculars, you really do need to learn about them. You always put the strap on first thing when you get it out of a case so it doesn't fall. You don't want them to break. You can adjust them like this, up and down, for the distance between your eyes. So hold it up to your eyes, and whatever's most comfortable, set it at that setting. If you look in, you'll be able to see when those circles come together and you get one complete picture through the binoculars. You want to learn about the focus, but before we focus, we want to learn about this little knob right here. All binoculars have this little knob, and it's called an adjustable diopter. That's just a big word for a way to make sure that if you have one strong eye and one weak eye, that the binoculars let you see everything clearly. Here's what you do. You find a spot that you want to look at. You put your hand over the one with the adjustable diopter. You're going to focus with the focus knob, just looking through the left side. Once that's in focus, take your hand off and adjust the right side with that adjustable diopter, not the focus. So once that's adjusted and looks comfortable for you, focus with the main focus wheel. That's how you adjust a pair of binoculars so that you can see clearly. There's two other tools that work really well for field work. One, of course, is a digital camera. If you don't know what something is, just take a few pictures of it. You can take it back to your house and identify it later if it's a plant or an animal. So always carry a digital camera with you if you can, and of course, batteries, because these things do use batteries pretty quickly, so bring extra batteries. GPS unit, but if you were out in the middle of the woods somewhere, you would certainly want to write down a precise GPS reading, or if you had a map and compass, you could utilize your map and compass to show where you are as well. All right, one of the last tools is your hand lens. You can use your hand lens to provide a whole different perspective on the world. But let me show you how you use a hand lens. I'm going to take it, and instead of doing like this, what you want to do is you hold your hand lens up to your eye and you bring the object up close until it's in focus. That way your hand lens is steady against your eye, and it's the object that's moving in and out of focus, and you get it to where you want to focus it as closely as possible. When you go out in the field, you want to be well prepared. You always take water, always take food, always take some extra clothes just in case a big storm rolls in. So you want to be well prepared. You want to let somebody know where you're going. You want to go with a partner if you're in a new area, and you want to bring a map for your compass. It's important to learn how to use the tools before you go out in the field, so practice.